Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, we have discussed what are Kirchhoff's rules, what are the basic conventions to apply it in the electric circuit. Now today we are doing few numericals so that you will understand what is the concept, how to apply those two rules. Here, one is numerical is there. Use Kirchhoff's law to find current through each resistor. You have to find current through each resistor. Now, first of all, as we are observing here, three cells. One of the method can be, you can take that this is a positive terminal of each cell. So, you will take current I1, I2, I3 at each branch. But, here you can see that out of these three, one is larger one. So, the larger one will act as a charger cell. So, I will take this main cell as this, which is giving the current I. Now from this, as this current I is flowing at this junction, you can see that one current is flowing to this and the remaining current will flowing through the above branch. So let this current is I1 and this current is I2. So let first thing which we will do in this such kind of problem is we will name it. So second step is to identify the direction of current. Here I1 current is flowing through 4 ohm and here you can see I2 current is flowing through 3 ohm and here at this point F, I1 from here, I2 from here meeting at this point. So here I1 plus I2. So basically you can see here that the current I is divided at point E and combining at point F. So as per Kirchhoff's first law, current entering at a point is equal to current leaving at a point or a junction. Now, this is the first point. Here we have to apply loop, Kirchhoff's second law, voltage rule, Mesh rule to get the value of current I1 and I2. So now, here first of all, we will consider loops. I am preferring to take the direction which is along the direction of current. So here, first loop which I have taken in loop A, B, F, E, A. So here I am starting from the potential drop across the resistance 4I1. Here it is. Now you can see here because current is moving from this arm but here we are coming along this direction. So this direction, this current is opposite to direction in which we are moving. So here potential drop will be taken as negative minus 3I2. Now here in this cell, negative terminal of the cell comes first. So it is minus 1. And here in the figure, again you can see that here positive terminal of the cell is coming. So here you will take plus 2. This sum is equal to 0. Although in these kind of cells there is no concept of internal resistance, but if internal resistance is mentioned then you have to consider potential drop across those also. We will consider such kind of problems later on. Now here when you will solve it, you are getting 4I1 minus 3I2 plus 1 equal to 0, which I can write it as 4I1 minus 3I2. This is equal to minus 1. Let it be equation 2. Now, similarly, we will consider second loop. See, here basically unknown factors are 2, I1, I2. So, to get the values of I1 and I2, we require minimum 2 equations. So, you have to apply loop rule for the second loop also. So, as per this figure, we will consider this again clockwise direction. Loop will be E, F, C, D, E. So, in loop, E, F, C, D, E. Again, when we are taking, see here, as potential drop across 3 ohm will be positive, I2 into 3. Then plus here, you can see here I1 plus I2 current is coming. That means total current I1 plus I2. You can write it as I or I1 plus I2, one and the same thing. If you will write I, then you have to substitute the value later on in the next step, or you can write it in the first step. So it will be 2 into I1 plus I2. Then here negative terminal of the cell is coming first, so it is -4. Then here positive terminal is coming, so it is +1. This sum. Now you can see as per this equation 3i2, you can check from your notes as I have given you earlier. 3i2 plus 2i1 plus i2 minus 4 plus 1, this is equal to 0. Now rearranging and solving, this is 3i2 plus 2i1 plus 2i2 minus 3 equal to 0. So this is i2 plus i2. So first of all I will write 2i1 plus this is 5i2 then equal to 3. So this will be equation 3. Now you can see you have one equation, this one, another is this one. Now you have to solve it mathematically. Now the physics concept is not there. You have to simply apply mathematical calculation part. So what should be the step? Here what you will do, here you can see here. Now what should you do? Basically for this first equation and second equation, so now what you will do, now here second equation will be multiplied, simply it will be as such 1, and then third equation will be multiplied with 2 and then subtract these two. So 4i1 minus 3i2, here minus, this is 2 into 2, this is 4i1 and minus 10i2. This will be equal to -1 and here it will be -6. So here this will be cancelled out. What we are getting, -13i2 minus 7. So i2 is 7 by 13 ampere. Simply we have solved these two equations. Now substitute this value in either of the two equations. Let me put it in equation 1. As first equation is 4i1 minus 3i2 equal to -1. Now put this i2 here. This is 7 by 13 equal to -1. So when you will solve it, this will be -21 upon 13 minus 1. So 4i1 will be equal to 21 upon 13 minus 1. This is 8 by 13. So i1 will be, this is 2 upon 13 ampere. Now current I will be I1 plus I2. This will be 9 by 13 ampere. So you can see as per this figure, I1 current is flowing through this resistance, I2 through this branch, through this resistor, and total I1 plus I2 is flowing through this resistance. So basic concept is to choose a loop. Here various chances of mistakes arises when the students take the loop and don't take care of the convention point. So be careful. If you are applying them correctly, then solve the equations carefully. Here there can be the question, find the current flowing through 3 ohm resistance or through 2 ohm resistance. I have taken I1, I2, I3, I1, I2 and I. Anything can be asked in order to check it in a different manner. So this is the problem we have discussed. Now coming to next numerical, here in the circuit what you have to find, basically you have to find current flowing through 20 ohm resistance. You have to find current across this branch. Again, when you solve it, you see here you have two cells that you have to prefer. If you have multiple cells, that the cell which is having more potential, larger EMF, then you will take it as a main cell and take the direction of current from that particular cell. So out of these, this is having more value, so I will prefer to take value of current, direction of current from this side. Now here one part of this current will be flowing along this direction and the remaining will be flowing along as I minus I1 through this. Now here we have divided the current, I minus I1 here, again I1 from here, I minus from here. So again the current flowing through 200 ohm, that is I. Further, now we have to calculate basically the value of I1, as we are discussing in the previous question that it can be specified that find the current across this much resistance. So in this question such kind of query is there. So now what we will choose here? First of all, we will choose a loop. Now let me label it as this is A, B, C, D. Maybe this labeling has been given in the numerical, and if it has not been given, then you can do it. So here, first of all, we have to choose the current. Current we have already taken. Second point is to take the loop. So here two unknown factors I and I1, so we have to choose two loops. So first of all, I will prefer to take the loop. This will be A, C, B, A. Or you can take it as A, B, C, A. Any direction you can choose, either along this direction or along this direction. I am taking it along this direction. Result will be same. Loop is A, B, C, A. So now when we are taking, I am taking this 60 into I minus I1. Here direction of current is reverse. So minus 20 I1 and positive terminal of the cell is coming. So plus 4, this is equal to 0. So here it is 60 I minus 60 I1 minus 20 I1 plus 4 equal to 0. So here 60I minus 80I1 plus 4 equal to 0. If we have to take constant on the right side, so and cancelling the common factors, let me divide it by 2. 30I minus 40I1 plus 2 equal to 0. Further I can more simplify it. 15I minus 20I1 plus 1 equal to 0. So I can write it as 15I minus 20I1 equal to minus 1. So now as per the first loop we have taken, now here we will take second loop. Now what should be our loop? We are taking the loop along this direction. So what will be its name? You can see in the figure that loop will be, here you will take loop A, C, D, A. So see in the figure before writing, here potential drop across 20 ohm will be 20 I1 plus 200I. Then negative terminal is coming first, minus 5, this is equal to 0. So now what will be the equation? This is the equation which I have obtained. So here 20 I1 plus 200I will be equal to 5. Then dividing both sides by 5, it is 4 I1 plus 40I, this is equal to 1. Now we have equation 1 and equation 2. So now you have to choose how to solve it, which factor to be multiplied. Here you can see this 20 minus 20 I1, here it is 4 I1. So I will prefer to multiply equation 2 by 5 and adding it to equation 1. So 1 plus 2 into 5. Equation 2 be multiplied by 5 and you will add it to first. So I will simultaneously solve it. 15I minus 20 I1. This is plus 20 I1 plus 5 into 40. This is 200I. This will be equal to minus 1 plus 5. So here this will be cancelled out. So now this is 215I, this is equal to 4. It implies I is 4 upon 215 ampere. Now substitute this value in either of equation 1 and 2. Let me put it in equation 2. So when you will put I in equation 2, so 4I1 plus 40I equal to 1. We have to calculate I1. 4I1 will be equal to 1 minus 40I. Now you can see I1 will be equal to 1 by 4. 1 minus 40 into 4 by 215. Just take the LCM. Now this is your step. How you can simplify it in a simple manner to reduce the calculation part. On solving it comes out to be 11 by 172 ampere. So this is the current which we have to calculate across 20 ohm resistance. So here also we have applied loop, that is two loops we have applied. Why? Because we have two unknowns. So by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, and we have got two equations and simplified those equations, we have obtained current flowing through each of the two. We have calculated current through each of the branch, and ultimately we have calculated current through 20 ohm resistor. Now coming to next numerical, see here the circuit diagram has been given. Find the current through 1 ohm resistance. We have to find current through 1 ohm resistance. So again, first point is we will label it that A, B, C, D, E, F. Next point we will take, we have two cells, so this will be a main cell. So current I. Here at this point this current is divided. Let this current is I1 and this current is I2. So across 3 ohm the current is 3 ohm, and at this point at E both the currents are combining, giving you the current I. So here you can see at point E I will be equal to I1 plus I2. Now here further we have to find current I1 across 1 ohm resistance. So basically what you require, you will consider two loops. I will prefer to take the loop which is along the direction of current. So first loop, this one we are taking. For this I am taking in loop. What will be the name of the loop? B, A, F, E, B. B, A, F, E, B. Now across this loop, here you can see, here the current will be I2, 3I2. Here direction of current is reversed, minus I1. Here negative terminal of cell is coming, so minus 6, this is equal to 0. So 3I2 minus I1 equal to 6. Let it be equation 1. Now next loop which we have to consider, here again we are taking the loop along the direction of current. So its name will be, this is your, you will take it as in loop, this is B, E, D, C, B. So here across 1 ohm resistance current is I1, so potential drop is I1 into 1 plus 3I minus 9 plus 2I, this is equal to 0. So here this will be I1 plus 5I, this is equal to 9. Let it be equation 2. Now here substitute the value of I as I1 plus I2. Put this value I1 plus 5, I1 plus 5, I2 is equal to 9. So now solve it. This is your I1 is 6, I1 plus 5, I2 is equal to 9. Now we have first and third equation. Now we have to solve these equations. Here what we will do, then multiply equation 1 by 6 and add it to equation 3. So when you will multiply it by 6, this is 18 I2 minus 6 I1 equal to 6, and second this is 5 I2 plus 6 I1, it will remain as such. Now when you will add these, this is 23 I2 is equal to at this step, yes, it should also be multiplied with 6, so it will be 36, it will be 45. Now I2 will be 45 upon 23 ampere, but we have to find the value of current I1. So from equation 1 put the value of I2 there, so 3 I2 minus 6 equal to I1. So I1 will be 3 into 45 upon 23 minus 6. So you are taking its LCM, this is 135 upon 23 minus 6. Now take its LCM, this is 135 minus 138, means minus 3 upon 23 ampere. So it comes out to be minus 0.13 ampere. So now new concept arises here. Negative direction, negative sign of current. What does it indicate? It indicates that the direction we have chosen, that actual direction of current is opposite to the chosen direction. So negative sign indicate that the 0.313 ampere current is flowing from E to B branch. See in the figure. we have taken current is flowing, that I1 current is flowing because at this point current is divided. But here actually what happens when we are obtaining the current, it is taken to be in the opposite direction. So it's not wrong that we have done it, just negative sign depicting that the direction of current should be reversed. So that's why you will simply write in the answer the current should be from E to B. Now this is also very important kind of numerical. Here using Kirchhoff's law, determine potential difference. Here terminals have been given. This is A, this is B, C, D, E, F. These terminals have been labeled in the figure. Now what you have to find? Potential difference between points A and D. It means VAD you have to find. Condition is given when no current is flowing in the branch BE. That means here across this branch no current is flowing. So you will write no current is flowing through BE. That means this arm, this resistance potential drop will not contribute. So again we have to find potential drop. So for that, first of all we require current flowing in a circuit. So let we take, as we have again number of cells are connected, that this is a main cell, the current is I. Here if the current I is flowing through this 3 ohm resistance, 2 ohm resistance, at this point because across here no current is flowing, so no current will be passing through it, it will go as such and hence it will complete the loop. As this is also unknown resistance, so we will prefer to take the loop this one. So as per the loop, in loop A, F, E, B, we are applying Kirchhoff's rule. So here you can see this is 2, you can just starting from here or you can start from here, it's your choice. 2I minus 1 plus 3I, and now across this no current is flowing but this battery is external source that is present, so it is minus 3 and again it is minus 6. This will be equal to 0. Again see here, this is 2 into I minus 1 plus 3 into I. This is not contributing but the cell is an external battery, so minus 3 and minus 6. So now here it will be 5I minus 10 equal to 0. So I will be equal to 2 ampere. So this way you have calculated the current. Now what you have to find? You have to find potential difference between A and D. So basically see here, this resistance is also unknown. We cannot go along this path. So we will prefer to choose this path as current we have obtained. So now again you will take for the loop along, you will take actually along A, F, D. So here apply Kirchhoff's rule. As current has been obtained, so across 2 ohm resistance current is 2 ampere. So 2 into 2 minus 1 plus 3 into 2. This is giving you the potential drop between V and D. See figure here, potential difference. Potential at A you have to calculate, basically VA minus VD you have to calculate. So here potential drop 2 across 2 ohm, 2 into 2, then minus 1, then plus 3 into 2, and this is plus VD you are taking. So here when you are calculating this VAD, it is coming out to be 4 minus 1 plus 6, this will be 9 volt. So this way you have calculated potential drop across A and D. Now next numerical, this is NCERT numerical and quite important. Here you will see a figure has been given in the circuit. E, F, G, H are the cells of EMF 2 volt, 1 volt, 3 volt and 1 volt. And their internal resistances are also given, that is 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 3 ohm and 1 ohm. That's why I have taken this numerical, because here the concept of internal resistance is also included. Now what you have to find? Calculate potential drop between B and D. That means you have to find potential drop between B and D. Second point, potential difference across terminal of each of the cell G and H. For these two, you have to find potential drop across terminal of each of the cell. See here, basically in the first point, as you have to obtain current potential drop across B and D, what you are doing here, you have to find current across this branch, so you can easily calculate potential drop. Now I have specified the direction of the current and the loop here. You can see here that the 2 volt, 1 volt, 3 and 1. So this is the larger value. I will take it as a main source. So current I is flowing through it. At point B, let I1 is passing through 2 ohm and I2 is passing through branch BA. And this I2 further enter the I1 from this point meeting at junction D. Again current I is flowing through it. Here while writing the equations for the loops, here we will also consider the effect of internal resistance. See here, first of all, in loop we are taking A, B, D, A. A, B, D, A. This loop, this is clockwise direction. Now as per this loop, here current is I1, so 2 I1, negative terminal coming first, minus 1, then plus 2. Apart from it, one thing you have to consider that this cell has internal resistance. So here we are taking the direction of current opposite direction of basically loop opposite to direction of current, as well as it means its resistance is also present. So it will be minus 1 into I2. Why? Because its resistance, internal resistance is 1 ohm. Similarly, while moving along this branch, here this cell has internal resistance 2 ohm. So potential drop across that will be minus 2 into I2. Now this sum will be equal to 0. So now here you can see this is 2 I1 minus 3 I2, then plus 1. You can take it on the right hand side, that is minus 1. Let this equation is 1. Here all concept is same, but we have to be careful because here internal resistance has not been shown. So there is a chance to skip that potential drop. So you have to consider it carefully. Now take second loop. In loop we are taking B, D, C, B. B, D, C, B. Further, when we are taking BD, this is 2 I1 minus 3. As direction of current is same as the direction of loop, so it will be here plus 3 into I. Now here positive terminal is coming, plus 1, and again plus 1 into I, and then this will be equal to 0. So now this is 2 I1 plus 4 minus 2 equal to 0. So 2 I1 plus 4I equal to 2. So now you have equation 1 and 2. I is equal to I1 plus I2 at terminal D. So now here in this equation 2, you will substitute I1 plus I2. On substituting, this is 2I1 plus 4I1 plus 4I2 equal to 2. Now rearranging, this is 6I1 plus 4I2 equal to 2. So now taking 2 common, this is 3I1 plus 2I2 equal to 1. So this is equation 3. Now we have two equations, equation 1 and equation 3. So you have to solve these two equations. So now we have these two equations. Now what we will do to solve it, to calculate the value of I1 and I2, we will multiply equation 1 by 2 and add it to equation 2 by equation 3 by multiplying it with 3. So here multiplying first equation by 2, 4I1 minus 6I2 equal to minus 2, and this third equation multiplying with 3, this is your 9I1 and this is your plus 6I2 equal to 3. Now add these two, this will cancel, 13I1 equal to 1. So I1 will be equal to 1 by 13 ampere. So now if we have to calculate value of I2, put this value of I1 in any of these two equations. I am not showing those steps. It will be work for you. Then I2 will come out to be 5 by 13 ampere. Solve it. Simple mathematical steps. Then I is equal to I1 plus I2. So it will be 1 plus 5, 6 upon 13 ampere. Now you have to calculate potential across BD, as across BD resistance was 2 ohms. So potential drop across BD, it will be 2 into I1. Now I1 here is 1 by 13. So potential drop will be 2 by 13 volt. So now it's quite simple. Next point we have to carefully understand, as we have to find potential difference across terminal of each of the cell G and H. You can see in the figure here G and H. You have to find potential difference across terminal of each cell G and H. So you can see this G cell as potential difference across this. So potential difference will be E minus IR. So you will write potential difference across G will be its EMF minus potential drop across internal resistance. So it will be 3 minus 6 by 13 into 3. Why? Because total current is I. So it will be 3 minus 18 by 13. By taking its LCM, you are getting 39 minus 18 by 13. So it will be 21 upon 13 volt. You can just divide it. Now potential drop across terminal of cell H, as basically G is a main cell, charger cell. So now if we have to find potential drop across H, you have to find. So basically here this applied EMF will be utilized as EMF plus potential drop across its internal resistance. This is the basic difference. This was a charger cell and this is the cell to be charged. So here its EMF is 1. Current here is we have obtained 6 by 13 and internal resistance is 1. So it is here, this is your taking LCM, this is 13 plus 6, that is 19 by 13 volt. So I have taken few numericals on these concepts. Basically more will be the numericals. You will practice, you will take different statements and try to apply these loops, then you will be able to solve it. So practice all these questions, practice 3-4 extra questions apart from it to get more clarity how to apply these loops. So revise it and practice it. Thank you. Have a nice day.